Good morning, this is Airpost Creations 2021. This is my Shaman Oracle reading for this week. Today I finish up reading for Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius and Pisces. And this reading here is for Aquarius. Welcome Aquarius. I'm using the same decks from the last week's reading. So we start with the Grimalkin's Curious Cats Tarot card. Out for you came the Six of Cups. And the card is dedicated to two cats, namely Catful and Tiggy. And the playful kittens, they spent their day playing in the big garden under the warm summer sun. Thanks to their caretakers of this house, who make sure all their needs are met, the cat pair set aside any stress that may consume a stray cat, and so they can focus mainly on enjoying their life. The Six of Cups is a call to revisit a simpler time, a time when you could let loose and you could play. And yes, the world is full of reasons to be stressed out, and too often in this modern society, it is all too easy for our focus to turn to the events that center around humanity, not at its best. However, when this card appears in your reading, you need to recognize that. Your heart and soul will benefit from remembering what it was like to be a child and blissfully ignorant. The energy of the Six of Cups helps us to turn down the noise that comes with our adult lives, that deafens us to the point where we cannot hear the voice of our inner child. And when we listen to this child within, then our heart is opening up. We become more receptive, more compassionate to anything around us. So when you meet a Six of Cups in your reading, it may be a time to take a day off from work, ditch some responsibilities, and get outside for some playtime. The card has the positive energy attribute, saying that you are generous and you are warm-hearted. You make time for some play now, and you detach from stressful situations, feeling moments of gratitude. And the negative energy attributes, they say that you might become overly dependent, irresponsible, and sometimes you might play the victim. The Starseed Oracle card is next, and that one is the Courageous Peony. It's about multifaceted, unique nature, and let yourself be seen. Flowers, they do not open and close according to who is walking by to see them. They embrace all of what they really are, and they show it to the world all the time. So the peony does not try to compete with the cherry blossoms, for instance, and the cherry blossoms, they do not try to compete with the tulips. They own what they are, and they trust that the timing of their true nature is coming out. You are being called to do the same. It is time to open up yourself to being seen. Time to share your incredible, multifaceted, true nature with the world around you, and to uncover and reveal your soul's greatest gifts without any wavering, to own your uniqueness without any apology. There is a flower on this planet that holds the same qualities that your soul is getting ready to express. So let it inform you. You may have been taught that it is safer to keep your light hidden and your voice small, and to hide behind the bushes instead of growing tall. The courageous Peony is here to remind you that it is safe to embody all of who you truly are. It is safe to share your voice and to let yourself be seen. At first, it may feel uncomfortable and you may be afraid of what others think. But with each passing day, it does become easier. Little by little, you realize that it draws in those who are meant for you, and experiences you have been longing for arrive at your feet. Ask this Starseed soul inquiry: how am I being called to allow myself to be more visible and be seen in this world? The sacred destiny card is opportunity relating to the moon shining through pine trees. An occasional owl hoots and the song of a solo coyote punctuates the stillness in the forest as a traveler walks through the pine woods. Light from a waning moon is filtering down through the canopy of needles and cascades across the forest floor. And sometimes the trees, they obscure the moon, but sometimes its illumination clearly shows the path ahead. The pines are one of the most ancient plants here on our planet. They have existed nearly 3 times longer than all flowering plant species. Because most pines, they stay green all winter, they traditionally represent longevity, immortality, fertility, health, and abundance. The moon and its glow represents the feminine and receptive side of life. Just as the moon receives and reflects the light of the sun, symbolically the moon represents receiving the goodness of the universe, then flowing to you. The sacred landscape wants you to know gifts from the universe are ready to cascade into your life. Abundance, health, longevity, vitality, and joy, they are flowing to you gently and easily in the days ahead. There may be times when the goodness of life feels like it is ebbing and flowing rather than being a steady stream of fulfillment. This is similar to the moon peeking through the pine trees for a moment or two. But as you stay open and as you stay receptive, physical and emotional gifts, they will come into your life. Instead of bemoaning the fact that there is not a steady and constant stream of joy and gifts from the universe, accept whatever you receive in a spirit of gratitude, and your bounty will increase tenfold, because this is a universal law. The Sacred Creators card is Welcome the Divine Masculine. It is the young energy. It is passion, creativity, providing the care for other people or animals or the world, strength of spirit, a warrior soul, knowledge, a gifted leader, true entrepreneurial spirit, stability, friendliness, and positive competition. And it starts saying, here comes the sun. The energy of the divine masculine is bright and is fierce. It can warm the hearts, break down the barriers, and inspire the minds. It can grow food for thought, and it can feed a village. This is an auspicious card that promises luck, positivity, and success, and your young hunter spirit is being called forth to stand up and to claim these gifts. Passive waiting is not the answer right now, so go and get that thing you have been dreaming about. Make your move. This enthusiastic, creative energy is ready to set your path on fire and to step up to the challenge being presented, and lovingly is there for you. You are ready is the message. As with old fiery forces, managing your energy and stamina will be important. Not enough, and you have a failure to launch, and too much, and it can burn out all too quickly before it fully can develop. So seek the Goldilocks zone where the right amount of this inspirational energy will fill you with creative passion and with its longevity. And get ready to expand and to move with happiness in your heart. Your yang fire energy, is it too much or is it too little? Ask this. Are you still as passionate about your journey as you were when you started? And what do you love most about the pathway that you are on? And why do you do what you do? What is your big why? I know my big why, and I hope you all the other Aquarians, know their big why as well. Now we come to the Goddesses, Gods, and Guardians Oracle deck, and out came the Goddess Leah. She says, stand your ground. Do not suffer in silence, and ask for what you want. Again here. And Leah, she is an Aboriginal Australian water goddess, and the guardian of the women. She's looking down from the sky and she is noticing a group of women digging for the roots in the dry desert. And the men in the village, they have created certain rules, so only the men, they could leave the camp to get water, and the women, they had to stay home, thirsty and very dusty. So Leah decided now to intervene. She went into the mountains, she stuck her digging stick into the ground and discovered a water spring that turned into a river. And the women, now refreshed, they formed their own community with Leah as their leader. The message is that you have an extremely giving and supportive nature. Everyone can always count on you to be there for them. You put others first. You go out of your way to understand their needs, and you bend over backwards to honor their requests. These are the traits that often show up in the empaths, in the healers, and the light workers. Earth angels, intuitives, and sensitives, they are also the benefactor of these ways. The goddess Leah is urging you to set some limits now before you are risking losing yourself under a pile of other people's needs, demands, and expectations. Leah is smiling wildly and assertively. She is claiming generous space for you by pushing her stick into the earth, and then she is asking you, are you a living saint? No, you are not. Are you being a doormat? Maybe, but we have to change it then. Do you have needs, dreams, and wishes of your own? I would say yes. So start putting yourself first and ask for what you want and ask for help and be open to receive this help. You may feel uncomfortable to begin with, but my waters, they will bring everything to life. So together we can clear stagnant patterns and find fertile new ground. Additional meanings for the card, they are stand up for others in human rights campaigns and or causes that highlight injustice and prejudice. Clear stuck energy with water healing. Have a shower, bath, or swim. Visualize the water as energy flowing through your chakras and write down your blocks or fears and immerse in a water bowl, no, and immerse in a water bowl to release. Leave a toxic or a stale relationship and take assertiveness training. Say this invocation: I claim my space in this universe and I stand up for myself. And the last card is from the wisdom of the House of Night, and that house is ruled by the goddess Nyx, and the card that came out for you is the Priestess of Air. And the goddess Nyx says to you, you have gotten this symbol of the vampire high priestess of air, the goddess of rational thought, logical thinking, reasoning, and using your mind to consider the next right action are the qualities encouraged by my vampire high priestess of air. Now is the time to think before you act. You are blessed with a wondrous mind and great imagination. Your ability to communicate is enhanced when you meet the High Priestess of Air. This is now the moment to have reasonable conversations and make calculated decisions. That was the reading for you, Aquarius. Thank you very much for listening. I wish you a beautiful day. I wish you a great week. I'm sending lots of love out. Take care and goodbye.